So Neil, a great 3 points again against a fierce rival. How did you assess that game?
It was a battling performance, wasn't it? I thought first 25 minutes we weren't really at the races. They were the better team. But I always thought after Saturday's trip it was always going to be tough here this evening. You know, that you lads were on it as well, so we know how long the trip was, and I think that was part of the reason we lost Chris Doyle after a couple of minutes. You know, that long journey, 2 games in a short space of time, sitting on a coach for so long. That's my medical examination anyway, but overall, I think in terms of the chances, I think Wogs has had one save to make, good save from Danny Lloyd in the first half, tipped over when they were on top. But apart from that, we've scored a goal. Linesman thinks it's Bobby's in front of the goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong, from where the linesman is, it possibly looks like that. But I personally have looked at it. I don't think he's in the eye line. The keeper, I think the ball's past the keeper, and the keeper does his best. I don't think Bobby being where he was standing has changed the way it was. But again, we've had a few chances. They've had a good opportunity when you've hit the inside of the post. We've hit the outside of the post. So it was a battling game, wasn't it? Typical derby, 2 teams needing points, you know, for roughly the same reasons. But yeah, from a club perspective and a Marine perspective, to be able to play Southport, which I'm not sure they've done for a long time, in league competition anyway, and come out on the right side, you know, it's good for us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 20 years since the last game was played here in the league anyway. I think the players rose to the occasion.
I don't think they rose to the occasion. I think that's been anyone who's watched us in the last, you know, few months, a couple of months. I've seen that's what we're about. We're a battling, hard-working team, you know, and what we usually leave everything we've got out in the football pitch, and I think we've done that for the majority of tonight. As I said earlier, it was always going to be tough after Saturday's trip. You know, we've got to take. I know people don't like looking at facts, but you know, I could have used that as an excuse if we would have lost. So I'm not going to use it as an excuse. I'm also going to use it now to say how well they've done when we've won the game.
Yeah, you've mentioned a few times there, it was difficult opening 20 or so minutes, and then you started to grow into the game, got the goal, and then that was disallowed. How did you regroup the players at half-time? What did you say to them to get them
talked about the first half hour, and it wasn't good enough, and then obviously the next 15 minutes was good. We were in the ascendancy. We landed on a lot more second balls than we did in the first half. In the first half of the first half. And then after that, I thought we scored a good goal, in my opinion. But obviously, as I said, the linesman thinks it's offside, which is, you know, it could be from where he is. It possibly looks that way, to be fair. I get the beauty of looking back at it. But yeah, you know, second half we came out. You could see we were a bit more intent. You know, got the goal, had another few opportunities, as I said earlier. They had a great opportunity, great strike at the inside of the post. And then we've gone on at the post, a few keepers made a couple of good saves. I don't think there was a lot in the game, but I think in terms of the opportunities, we took ours.
Yeah, came off and got the goal, obviously, and then had a few opportunities to make it 2, maybe 3, and then Southport came back a little bit, but in the end you saw the game out well.
Yeah, which I think is our learning curve, isn't it? You know, we didn't see games out well earlier on in the season, and I think if you look at Spennymoor, we've seen that game out well. Needham Market, we've seen that game out well. We've done a game this evening, Radcliffe. You know, all those games where, you know, we're going to be under the cosh, you know, and we've really stuck at it and been resilient, which we weren't in the fit. But I think that just comes with confidence and momentum and obviously, you know, a bit more experience within the team.
Yeah, and all this was obviously without Chris Doyle. Have you got any updates on the defenders?
Looks like a hamstring initially, so that's not good. You know, they usually take anything between 2 and 6 weeks, depending on how bad it is. But you know, he goes off and Josh comes on and scores the winner with his right foot. You know, if I was waiting for the lightning strike, to be honest. But yeah, great finish, great win by Carl, and you know, great finish from Josh.
Yeah, and then just lastly, to great position we found ourselves in at the minute. 11 points clear, I think it is now with Needham Market dropping points. Must be delighted with the last 2 months or so with this run of form we've been on, 6 games undefeated. Yeah,
delighted. We've had a lot of wins in there as well, isn't it? You know, I think 1 draw, 1 defeat. Brackley, which I still think we should have got something out of on the day, but you can't be greedy. Yeah, we just got to keep going, haven't we? You know, it's 44 points, it's 11 points from safety, you know, so we've just got to keep going and hope. Well, not hope, it's in our hands now, you know, to stay in this division next year. That's what everybody wants. It'll be an amazing achievement for us if we can do it first year. So we just keep going.
Cheers, Neil. Thanks very much.
Cheers.